For decades, Area 51 has been the epicenter of speculation and conspiracy theories. At the heart of the Nevada desert, behind fences and warning signs, this highly classified military facility has been shrouded in mystery, fueling imaginations with tales of extraterrestrial encounters and secret alien technology. But what if the true story of Area 51 had nothing to do with visitors from other worlds? What if, instead, its secrecy was rooted entirely in the ambitions and anxieties of our own planet? To understand this possibility, we need to look back at the birth of Area 51 in the early days of the Cold War. The year was 1955. The United States was locked in a tense and urgent rivalry with the Soviet Union. The threat of nuclear conflict loomed large, and the need to gain an edge in surveillance and defense technology was paramount. It was in this climate that the U.S. government sought a remote, isolated site, somewhere away from prying eyes, where it could test its most advanced and clandestine aircraft. Groom Lake, a dry salt flat far from any major city, fit the bill perfectly. The first major project at Area 51 was the development of the U-2 reconnaissance plane, an aircraft designed to soar at altitudes so high it could evade enemy radar and capture photographs of Soviet installations from the edge of space. The U-2's capabilities were cutting edge, and the secrecy surrounding its development was absolute. Test flights at unprecedented heights led to countless reports of unidentified flying objects. Civilian pilots, unfamiliar with anything moving so high and so fast, saw shimmering shapes in the sky and reported them as mysterious craft. The military, unwilling to reveal its secrets, could only offer vague explanations. The seeds of the alien myth were sown not by green men, but by the ingenuity of human engineers. In the decades that followed, Area 51 became the birthplace of even more remarkable aircraft. The A-12 Oxcart, the SR-71 Blackbird, and the stealthy F-117 Nighthawk. Each of these projects was cloaked in layers of secrecy, not to hide extraterrestrial beings, but to stay one step ahead of rival nations. The extraordinary speeds, bizarre shapes, and unusual flight patterns of these prototypes only added fuel to the fire of UFO sightings. The government's reluctance to explain these incidents, driven by the necessity of national security, allowed rumors to take root and flourish. If Area 51 was never about aliens, then its true significance lies in its role as a crucible for technological innovation. It is a place where some of humanity's greatest aviation leaps were made, shaping the balance of power during some of the world's most precarious moments. The secrecy was less about hiding creatures from another world, and more about protecting the advances that would define air superiority for generations. But why the enduring fascination with extraterrestrials? Perhaps it's human nature to look for answers beyond the ordinary, to explain the unknown with stories of visitors from distant stars. Perhaps the government's silence, meant to protect sensitive projects, was the perfect breeding ground for speculation. In the absence of facts, myths flourish. Even today, while Area 51's official purpose remains classified, declassified documents have revealed glimpses of its true history. Engineers, pilots, and military personnel have described a world of midnight flights, experimental technology, and relentless pursuit of the next breakthrough. For them, the mystery was not about aliens, but about pushing the limits of what was possible. So what if Area 51 was never about aliens? Then its legacy is not one of interplanetary secrets, but of human achievement, of the lengths nations will go to protect their innovations, and of the imagination that thrives when confronted with the unknown. The real story of Area 51 is a testament to the power of secrecy, the allure of mystery, and the extraordinary things that happen when the world must be kept guessing.